In 2013, most people thought hardware synthesizers were done. Software was cheaper, faster, more powerful, and analog gear felt like a nostalgic luxury. But between 2014 and 2016, something changed. In just 3 years, hardware didn't just come back, it won. But we need to rewind slightly. In January of 2012, a small, relatively fringe synthesizer company unveiled a controversial $500 all-analog instrument. It had a unique filter design and features like metalizer, ultrasaw, and brute factor. Today, that company is known for creating some of the most interesting and expensive instruments on the market. But in 2012, they were outsiders. You know them now as Arturia. The ramp back to hardware dominance took time. From 2006 to 2009, the Access Virus TI dominated records. You could hear it all over Lady Gaga's The Fame. Then came the 2010 to 2012 VST explosion. Software became insanely powerful. Skrillex and the EDM wave proved what was possible entirely in the box. If one album captured that era's mindset, it might have been Knife Party's December 2011 release, 100% No Modern Talking. The title was a direct jab at the modern talking wavetable in Native Instruments' Massive, the talking bass sound that defined dubstep. Rob Swire famously called it the Comic Sans of dubstep sounds. It was the software era fully self-aware. Then 2014 happened. Steal This Moog. Brash, bold, provocative. That energy defined 2014 to 2016. Dave Smith had quietly been releasing modern classics like the Evolver and Prophet 08 for nearly a decade. But Moog, by comparison, felt stagnant until the 2014 Sub 37 Tribute Edition. Suddenly, Moog felt dangerous again. The Sub 37 was dark, industrial, aggressive. It looked serious and still does. Saturated tone, multiple filter slopes, deep modulation, a powerful sequencer. Some argued it didn't sound like a Moog. I'd argue it felt more like Moog than ever because it pushed forward. That same year, Dave Smith released the Pro 2, which he called his most powerful monosynth ever. It wasn't a Pro 1 throwback, it was forward-thinking. 4 digital oscillators plus a sub, super saw waves, dual analog filters, low pass and state variable, routable in series or parallel, and capable of 4-voice paraphony. Dave never chased nostalgia, he engineered evolution. And then there was the most overlooked release of 2014, the Nord Lead A1. Anyone who plays the A1 today is floored by its sound, but the analog revival wasn't kind to digital synths, and the A1 became collateral damage. In reality, it was like 4 synths in one of the best interfaces ever made for actual keyboardists, stunning virtual analog textures, and it's a Nord. It'll outlive us all. In 2015, Roland stepped back into the analog conversation for the first time since 1986 with the JDXA and JDXI. Some call the JDXA underwhelming, but if you love it, there's no substitute. On paper, it's a dream. Analog oscillators, analog multi-mode filter, blended with the supernatural digital engine. In practice, it's an acquired taste, but its very existence proved that hardware was winning. Roland had to respond. Korg doubled down too. After the MS-20 Mini's success, they released the MS-20M, and in collaboration with ARP co-founder David Friend, faithfully resurrected the ARP Odyssey, fully reproducing the original circuitry. No shortcuts, no lazy clones, they did it right. But the most important release of 2015, the rebirth of sequential and the Prophet 6. Dave Smith embraced his legacy without hiding behind it. The Prophet 6 wasn't a clone of the Prophet 5, it was its evolution. To this day, it's the benchmark modern analog polysynth. No screen, no distractions, just synthesis. Depth without complication. They even hid an accelerometer hooked up to the spring reverb effect as an Easter egg. That's confidence. And while technically not a synth, the Yamaha Reface CP arrived that year too. For me, it's been my road sound for live shows for over 5 years. Small, reliable, inspiring. 2016 raised the stakes again. Oberheim returned. Dave Smith and Tom Oberheim reunited to release the OB6, bringing back the glory of the SEM filter in a modern classic. Back-to-back masterpieces in 2 years. No one expected it, but they delivered. Then Korg dropped something deceptively simple, the Mini-Log. In many ways, it became the defining synth of the era. Affordable, polyphonic, analog, great interface, solid effects. It might be the best-selling analog synth of the last decade. It likely introduced many of you to synthesis. Alongside the Micro Korg, Korg created 2 of the most accessible synths ever made. And don't forget the Volca series, born around 2014. expanding in 2016 with the Volca Kick and FM. The hardware resurgence filled that entire ecosystem. Of course, Moog reissued the Moog Model D again, and Behringer released the DeepMind 12. To this day, it's arguably Behringer at their best. An original design inspired by the Juno lineage, but expanded. 12 voices, analog filters, TC electronic effects, 130 modulation destinations, and full app control. It was ahead of its time and still sounds fantastic. So why revisit this era? Because with YouTube algorithms, embargo cycles, and endless day one drops, we forget 2014 to 2016 was the genesis of modern hardware as we know it. You don't need the newest thing because almost nothing has truly surpassed what came out during those 3 years. Those years changed everything. Now, here's the harder question. Why do I believe 2016 was the last time hardware really won? I've toured, I've written albums, and I haven't genuinely been excited about a synthesizer in a long time. Yes, more synths are released today than ever. Your feed is flooded with gear announcements. But what's actually moving creativity forward? As a keyboardist, I can make almost anything work, but I don't want nostalgia. I don't want another reissue. And while incredible instruments are still being made, at what cost? Ironically, the once fringe company from 2012 may still be leading the charge. Arturia's Micro Freak feels like a modern classic, constantly updated, expanding long after its release. That's forward thinking. I don't know if hardware can dominate again. It requires builders who aren't looking backward but ahead, designers who capture the imagination of new musicians instead of selling comfort to old ones. All right, so I want to be super honest right now. No, a lot of the stuff that comes out isn't interesting to me at all. The problem is nothing is bad these days. Every synth piece of hardware is fine, and I'm totally good with saying it is that way. I don't know what the future holds. I sometimes miss the days of months between releases, but now it's a constant embargo cycle. And that's what everyone's used to. Companies find that you'll buy fine, and so they keep doing fine. One day maybe we'll go back, but I don't think we are. I think software is the future. The stuff that came out 20 years ago is still often better than what came out 20 days ago. So anyways, check out my albums on Bandcamp. Like, subscribe, Instagram, and Twitter. See you guys in the next one.
If you play this thing 10 years later, the same knobs do the same thing. It's not something you have to update every year. It's not something you have to buy again every year because it's a new operating system. It's not, we don't have any of the disadvantages. Software sits. It's like the Prophet 5. It's 35 years old now already. And if you plug it in today, turn it on, the knobs will do the same thing they did there.